I've got these little earpods, I can't use that, patented branding. What is up guys, Brando here, welcome to my channel. Today we're bringing you the Skullcandy Sesh Evo. So the biggest craze out there right now is truly wireless earbuds, and I can't get enough of them. So Skullcandy is quite a good brand, and I've had a couple of the headsets over the past years, and I've not had any that I've been really disappointed with. So today I decided to get myself the Skullcandy Sesh Evos. So we're gonna unbox it and do a sound test, let you know exactly how these babies sound. I'm quite excited for this year. Like any other brand these days, we're just getting ourselves two of these truly wireless earbuds. Let's pull them out here, and they look pretty decent, quite nice quality. I'm quite happy with it. It's a bit plasticky, but it does feel quite nice. And we have here in this packet, this looks like the charge case, and the charge case feels pretty decent as well, and it has a magnetic closing mechanism. It does not feel like it's gonna break anytime soon. USB-C, that's a big plus on my side. And also just a simple battery indicator with a button here to show you how much battery you have left in this case. So build quality of this case is robust. It does have a plastic feel, but remember here you're not paying the price of Apple EarPod Pro. So for the price, I think it's quite doable on that side. Nothing else in there. We get ourselves a USB-C cable, and it looks like the small and large ear tips and a user guide. So nothing too interesting here. There's a quick user guide as well for those of you who are not too technically inclined, and some marketing material. So let's put this aside. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There's a notification bell at the bottom there so that you know exactly when I'm going to pop out a new video. And most importantly, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to reply. If you look at my threads, I reply to all of the comments. Can you believe that? All right, so I'm back on track. I've got these little earpods. I can't use that. Patented branding. I've got these earbuds already set up, and it was just as easy as lifting them out of this case, pairing it into the Bluetooth settings here on your phone, and you're up and running. What I did notice as well, what I like, it has some audio prompts. There's a little lady in this earbud that says on or connected or whatever. So let's give it a listen and see what the hype is all about. Firstly, I gotta say that it's comfortable, and I haven't the slightest idea what I sound like because this has a snug fit in my ear, and coincidentally the medium buds seem to be isolating the outside noise quite well. So when it comes to isolation, it's doing the job, no doubt about it. It's just that I just want to change the song.
A few moments later.
Not happy. Not happy at all. Okay, so where do I even start? You know, being a lover of Skullcandy, I expected this to be a bit on the upper mid-range level when it comes to sound. And all I can say is that after trying a few tracks, after trying to charge them up again because it sounded so flat that I thought that the batteries were actually flat, but in actual fact they're at 100% when I tried it. And given my opinion, they sound quite bad. They sound pretty bad. And I don't know what's your benchmark when it comes to sound, but I'm just one of those fussy guys, and I want something that sounds at least decent. Just to put it to you simply, it has no dynamic range. Zero, absolutely zilch dynamic range. The stereo separation is terrible, absolutely terrible. I mean, on multiple tracks, it like kind of failed terribly. It does not have any bit of mid and highs, which, remember, mid and high is what we hear the most. Our ears are tuned to hear that. If you can't pick it up, things like violins, cellos, percussion, vocals, you want it to pop out. You want it to sound real. You want a band to sound alive, and man, the band sounds pretty dead. Sorry for that rant. I'm just giving you the true, unbiased, I paid for this with my own money review. Without a joke, I would rate this one of the worst sounding headphones, earphones, pods I've heard to date. Is it worth the money? I don't think so. I really don't think so. If you're so desperate to get yourself a set of truly wireless earbuds and they sound like this, I would rather have a nice set of wired ones. I will not compromise the sound for the convenience, you know, unless you're one of those guys that's tone deaf and you just don't care what's in your ear and what sound is coming out. But this sounds terrible, and let me explain to you what I mean by sounding bad. Basically, it sounds very bassy. The bass is very harsh, and I thought it was my EQ settings, and it actually sounded worse when I EQ'd it. I must not joke with you. It sounded worse when I EQ'd it. So I thought it was like, okay, let me just lift up the treble a bit and lift up the mids and give it a bit of tone, and no, that didn't work. It sounded worse. So I think they've made this headphone a moderate level when it comes to volume. So it's not the loudest in-ears that I've heard. It's bassy and very punchy. So I guess to the smaller generation or the younger generation that just wants something to go boom in the ear, yeah, it's gonna work. But if you like music, if you're a musician or you appreciate good music, I'm not talking about 2020 music, I'm talking about 60s, 70s, 80s, that's real music. You're not gonna like this here. I listened to Stevie Nicks, Dixie Chicks, Fleetwood Mac, Creedence Clearwater, and right down to Michael Jackson. And let me tell you, if your headset or earbuds don't sound good with Michael Jackson, then there's a bit of a problem, because that music's produced to the nine. I must teach you guys that Michael Jackson's music production is just class A. Like the guy or not, it just sounds brilliant on anything. And if it cannot sound good on this, then you're gonna have a bit of a problem. And it was so bad that I first thought that there's something wrong with this little earbuds, but in fact that's just the way they sound. So it's tuned in a way that you obviously cannot break it with loud volume. So they try to cap you on volume, and by doing that and lifting up the bass, it's just a muffled sound. I'm not happy at all. It's like, if I had to keep this here, I would really not even want to give it to anybody. That's how bad I'm talking it sounds. We are rating these things here now against Banggood and AliExpress, and you may laugh and laugh at all the super cheap $5 and $10 earbuds, but some of them will give this a good run for its money. You know what? Everything has a good and a bad. So I am going to speak about the good stuff. What I do like is the build quality. Build quality, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. So price wise, yeah, for the price, the build quality is pretty darn good. I like it. It's robust, it's plasticky, but it's a good quality plastic. It's a satin feel, so you don't get much of your thumbprints and grease and whatever coming out from it. The hinge is well built. It has a claspy magnetic clamshell effect, so it's quite satisfying. It's like you want to do it the entire day. Well built. Skullcandy builds some good stuff, you know. Yeah, so that is it with me and these Skullcandy Evos. I was anticipating something that was at least going to satisfy my entry level hunger of sound, and unfortunately it did not do it for me. I would honestly put extra money and buy a set of Apple AirPod Pros. And you know, sometimes it's like how they say it, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, but you rather save up and buy the right thing. Don't be caught out and think to yourself that you're getting a bargain. Not everything is a bargain. Not everything cheap is good. So that's my theory for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Ciao.